Hey Phil, how you doing? Three 0 was a good result, but it was Wales. I mean, you know, only Wales. Yeah, well, we've never beaten USA in a competitive match, so go figure. I think it's the FA thinking of the marketing perspective. Well, if we beat the USA, then the US public will just turn off it. Whereas if we actually give them a glimmer of hope that they can actually be good at the game, it might help expand it across across North America. But the reality is, you know, nobody really wants the USA in the bloody competition. They can stick to their handball. Hey, Matt. Armour-plated egg ball. That's what they can stick to. We'll see. Okay, all good. Expecting a further bounce on crowd strike here. It's heavily sold off, but on earnings yesterday. But the earnings weren't bad, so I'm expecting this to bounce back up, and we potentially should be able to get some money back on that. It was $650 today, so that's not bad. Some of the Chinese stocks gapped up, but they're kind of pulling back right now. Who was it that I think someone in the Discord talking about Xpeng? Well, Xpeng pulling right back now. I was expecting my my merch to be delivered today, but still waiting. I missed the breakout. Oh no, not quite. I wanted to break over the $1/4. Looking at the $1/4. Yeah, I'm off to a good start most days. It's the stay green I'm having trouble with lately. Get green, stay green. I managed to recover. It's basically Novavax. So just for those of you that tuned in yesterday, and I lost 20, just under 21k when I did the stream, but I got most of that back. So I finished just under 5k down. If I go to Novavax now, I'll show you what on the 2-minute chart here. I don't know why that's 2 minutes, but it'll work to show this. So this is we got in on this move up and we ended up losing money. How we lost money is beyond me. But anyway, we lost money here. It pulled back down. We got the $1/2 here. It pulled back down to the $1/2, and I got stopped out here. So it tapped on the VWAP a couple of times, so I got stopped out, and it come back on the VWAP again. I thought, okay, VWAP bounced. The next time it breaks this downward resistance, I'll get in. And I lost again there. So I entered again long, and I lost again there. But as I mentioned on the live stream yesterday, this is a flat bottom, descending resistance. So it's a narrowing wedge into a flat bottom. Typically, it's bearish and will break downwards. So I thought, okay, well, if it breaks the VWAP, I'll short it. So I did. Broke the VWAP, shorted it. Came back up. Obviously, I got out. It came back up. It was a nice move, that, actually. It came back up, and then it broke the VWAP again, and I shorted it again. And when it came back up here, I put my stop at the VWAP. And I went and watched the football. And I came back towards the end of the day, and it had just carried on selling off all the way down. So I moved my stop before the half time. I moved my stop down, and I finished the day just under 5k down. So hey, happy days. What was your question yesterday, James? Oh, that was 8 o'clock scrum. So stop after the first 30 minutes, Pat. A simple solution. Once you've got green, stop at 10 o'clock. Get to your goal and walk away. Work for half an hour a day. Hey, Dave. Hey, Farron. Kitra bounce back. That's not a question. What is the question, James? So yesterday, 2 days in a row, actually, Kintara Therapeutics has moved up. So didn't trade it, obviously. If I thought it would bounce back from what? I mean, on the daily, it's selling off. It moved up. It's had two reasonably good days. It gapped up on Friday and then sold off into for the rest of the day, but it held most of its gains. It moved up quite well. Look at this on the 60-minute. You can see. So it gapped up on Friday, sold off into the open, a little bit of a bounce towards the close, but then yesterday I had a really good day. So it's up at $6. However, if you look at it on the daily, it's long term, it's very beat up. So the question is that you're asking is, Kitra bounce back. What do you mean by that? Define a bounce back. Where are you holding bags? Are you looking at it going up to $44? No, it's not going up to $44. If you're looking at it going up to $10, kind of around here, there's a possibility. Will it do it today? Probably not, but you know, you've got key resistance levels before then. But if it gets if it does get a good catalyst, then there's no reason why it can't move up to kind of $8, $9, $10. And on a good run, as we've seen here on the downside, on a good run, it could move up to kind of 15, 20. Is it going to without a catalyst? No, it needs a catalyst. Is it a lot of people trading it right now? Is there enough volume to pump it? No, there isn't. There's 22,000 shares traded today. So right now, there's not enough volume to pump it. That could well change after the bell. So it's a moving target. When you look at the performance of a stock, it's fluid. It depends on the interest, depends on if there are any catalysts to actually encourage price action and encourage trading with the stock. And once you get the trading, then who knows? Do I start with the same amount of money every day? No, I don't. I start with the same amount of money every month, Farron. I got the, I'll show you where I got in. So, crowd, this is the 1 minute. So here, so this moved up, and then when it started to move up here, I got it, and it reached this peak before pulling back, and that's when I got out. So that's when I traded that from kind of 13.29. 113.29 is where I got in. I was able to ride that up. So I build up my, so the point there, Farhan, is that I build up my equity. The money that I start with today, any gains or losses hits the balance tomorrow. I mean, it's for intents and purposes, it's instant settlement, but your buying power is calculated at the start of each day. Or would you go away with your hot girls? So the balance of you basically your buying power is calculated based on your equity position at the start of the day. Notwithstanding any profits that you make intraday, you can still trade with those as well. So they add on to your overall buying power. You don't get the leverage on the profits in intraday profits, but it is instant settlement with a margin account, and that's one of the advantages of having a margin account, is that instant settlement. Oh, here we go. Looking for 115. Let's see if we can't get 115 on CrowdStrike today. Hey, Imran. Oh, Mayo's moving up. Nice peaks. Consecutive highs. Next paying. Bili. A lot of the Yes, there is. So that'll be 1 p.m. market time. So that'll be 7 p.m. our time. I'll be finished trading by then, I think. We'll see. I might do a power hour and do that. We'll see. So Powell speaks later today. Quaddy moving up slightly, low volume again, as always. Taboola, continuation from yesterday. I haven't really got a lot on my watch list as such right now. CrowdStrike is a perfect example of the market's doing the opposite of what you would expect. So CrowdStrike kind of sailed through its earnings yesterday, and it sold off hard. So it had an EPS beat, had sales beat, revenue beat across the board. But then the outlook, they kind of pulled back the forecast for Q4 and FY23. Based on, you know, gloomy headwinds, and it was the outlook that sent it into the abyss. So this was at $140, $138. What did it close at yesterday? It closed at $138. So with good earnings, to drop like the amount that it has, $28, $30, it's a lot. over 20% drop. So I'm expecting this to bounce back a little bit. Patience is going to be the key with this, I think. I'm expecting at least 115 on this. Probably will. I think a realistic target here for CrowdStrike would be 120. But I'm not going to get greedy. It's a bounce. It's a bottom bounce. I mean, this is a stock that was up at, what, over $200 just in August. Cybersecurity. So, very, got a gap to fill on the daily, which is to 120. 120 and a half. Not a huge amount moving otherwise. Not a huge amount moving. We've got this gap to fill on the daily, which is, as I say, 120 and 50 cents. 120 is a realistic target for a bounce here. S&P 500 right now, I see it's depicting what's known as a VWAP fade. So if you'll come back to CrowdStrike in a moment, but if you look at this on the 5 minute, you can see it popped up overnight and then it came back down up to the VWAP fade, up to the VWAP fade, up to the VWAP fade. So it's doing the VWAP fade, which is typically bearish movement. So I would expect a little. Depends on, again, it depends on what Powell ends up saying as well. So if Powell later this afternoon or stroke evening comes out and says something good, that it might be reducing or being a bit more dovish and start reducing the interest rate hikes and things like that, then we might see a bit of a bullish movement on the SPY. However, unless he does do that, I think we'll probably sell off up until he speaks, and then we'll either sell off more if he continues to be hawkish, or we'll get a little bit of a rally when he starts talking. Although I don't like when Powell starts talking. He's like the economic equivalent of Xanax. He really is. The gut's okay today. The guts, it seems okay at least. Hey Alan, you're very welcome. So we're just trading CrowdStrike right now, and we're caught between the spreads a little bit. Morning Nitro. Good to see you. If you're new, Alan, and you're wondering what that noise is, that's my chow chow that's like asleep right next to me, snoring away because she has this issue that she just keeps snoring. I did say 115 is a target, is the first target. We're up at 114.98 right now. Hey, CRH. So I want to see over 115. Right now, we're just caught between the spreads. Our entry is 70 cents. We've got 57 on the bid and 89 on the ask. So we're caught between the spreads. I don't mind that. I don't mind it hitting 115, find a little bit of resistance at the whole dollar as long as it comes back and breaks that and takes that. I would expect, like I say, a realistic goal here, 117 maybe. We got a little spike there earlier today. It went up to 118, so maybe test that little spike and the previous high of the session. So put that on. So this little spike here, we'll put that on there. It's a key level. Hey, Albania. At what time, Imran? Yeah, well, good 20 cents there, 25 cents. Oh, 20 cents, yeah. 25 cent spike there, but it didn't hold. This is the problem when it's a liquid, it's you'll get the volume coming into AMD after the bell. What spike on AMD? Oh, it's just a price action. Yes, it is. So that'll be. It's scheduled. Powell's is scheduled to. I mean, the Fed meeting's going on all day, but the Powell's scheduled. His conference is scheduled for at 1 p.m. market time. So that'll be 7 p.m. 6 p.m. my time. So Google moving up, Alphabet, new highs. There's a big spike across the board. So there's a spike on the market at the same time. Look at the SPY. There's a big spike there as well. So it was clearly it's algorithmic trading. So you have the spike on the on there. You've got a spike on the there. You've got a spike on the Nasdaq. So it's clearly it's algorithmic spikes for some strange reason. But yes, the Fed meets today. Yeah, there you go. A whole dollar there in that range. Build-A-Bear Workshop. I grew up in the 90s, so BBW has a completely different meaning to me. Build-A-Bear Workshop. I don't know if that's got good earnings or because I don't. That's just all over the place. This spike. So Let's have a quick look. It was a market. So you'll see that on any particular. That most of the stocks have had that jump. It's an algorithmic spike. Yeah. So Build-A-Bear Workshop conference call scheduled for 9. Q3 earnings have just been released, so that's why Build-A-Bear is moving up. So it's algorithmic spike, CMD. Hey, beginner. So it was on AMD, it was on Microsoft, it was on the S&P 500. It's on the markets. It's across the board. It's just an algorithmic spike. I wouldn't pay it too much mind in the great scheme of price action. Bring my average down while this is moving back up. Leaves me relatively highly exposed, but we'll see. Well, the markets can be like that sometimes. Don't try and second guess the markets. Don't try and anticipate the markets. Just trade the action. And Shift Pixie is one of those that it can move on very little catalyst. Got an itch that I don't really want to scratch on camera. Got it. There we go. Hands are freezing. Got the heating on and everything. I feel like all of my ex-girlfriends, they always had cold hands. I don't know why. And feet. You're in bed with them and they put the feet on you and you're like, what are they doing? Have you been using blocks of ice as slippers or something? Just get your feet off me. It's freezing cold. Anyone else have that experience with the missus? It's like middle of the night, they get into bed with you and then they put the bloody feet on you and it's like, what do I look like? A bloody radiator? Wear better socks or something. All right, Kai. Someone's a bloody biologist in the chat. Come on, Kai. Stop showing off. Nobody likes a smart ass. Good morning, Don. Wikipedia. Terms of endearment. Oh. No. China Pharma Holdings, CPHI, absolutely not. No, there's nobody trading it. It's erratic. It's like 15 cents. No. That's not something I trade. But yeah, you fill your boots, Nitro. Good luck with that. Well, there's one thing, Ian. That you just wear a jacket around the house. It means you don't have to. If they're having the hot flushes, at least you don't have to worry about the expense of the energy crisis. You keep the heating off. I'm trading the Nasdaq 100. I'm not trading the index itself. I'm trading the stocks that are on the Nasdaq. But I'm not trading. I don't trade futures. I don't trade the indices. I don't trade futures. I don't trade forex. I try not. The indices are a derivative, so they're made up of essentially of the stocks that are listed on there. So, Bolter, this is purely day trading the stocks and equities. Do I find myself selling more or buying more? Well, it's a zero sum, isn't it? If I'm trading intraday, if I buy 5,000 shares, I'm going to sell it at some point. Or if I sell 5,000 shares, I'm going to cover and buy it at some point. So it's a zero sum. So sorry about that, Samuel. But I buy and sell it in equal measures. The problem is, yesterday I was buying low and selling high most of the day. Not the best way of doing things. And today I was I'm hopefully breaking. There's the breakout. That's what I was looking for. Take half off. And now my exit is break even. There we go. Pulled all the way back. Oh, there we go. 1600. That's a nice start. Yeah, I know he meant shorting. I'm being facetious. No, I didn't finish green yesterday. I finished just under 5k red yesterday. So that's 2 red days in a row. One more red day, and I'll equal my worst month of the year. So I've had 8 red days so far. This is it 8, I think. It's 7 or 8. Let me just have a quick look. 7. I've had 7 red days so far in November, and I had 8 in May. So November's not been my best performing month this year for sure. So yeah, 5,000. We did go 21,000 down at one stage yesterday, but I'll show you while you're all watching. I've covered this earlier, but Novavax, and I'm not in a trade, so why not? So Novavax is what really was the we went 14,000 down on. What did we trade yesterday? That's a good question. Bili. We lost 14,000 on Bili. Taking big size, being over aggressive. That's why we lost on Bili. But if you might recall, if you were watching the trade yesterday, you might recall I drew this this downwards trending line from the peak through we went down here, and I said that I was dying to go to the bathroom, so I set the stop at 1750. That's where I got stopped out here. But it was bouncing on the VWAP constantly. Now, I did call out that the horizontal wedge, if you will, flat bottom, descending wedge into a flat bottom is typically bearish, typically breaks down. So I thought, okay, well, if it breaks out of this pattern, breaks this, descending resistance, I'll go long again. And I did. I went long and lost again. So as that pulled back, I exited there. And then when it broke the VWAP, I shorted it. So I got short there, it moved back up again, and then the next time it broke the VWAP, I shorted it again. And as it came up to the VWAP, I took some profits here. It came up to the VWAP, and I set my stop here at the VWAP, and then I went and watched the football. And you can see what happened. Whilst I was, this is a completely unmanaged trade, went and watched the football, and it just sold off and continued selling off. I came back later for at half time, and I moved my stop down, and had a stop in place. So I moved my stop down and then went and watched the rest of it. Came back, I'd made to the short side, I've made about $16,000. So in total, I finished just under $5,000. Let me tell you exactly. I've got my journal open here. So 4,600 was what I lost yesterday, which is better than what I did on Monday. I lost 7,400 on Monday, 7,400 on Monday. So if I look at the month that's in it, let me have a quick look at the month that's in it. I need $100,000 a month. That's my target. And that loss yesterday takes me under it. So 96,785. So I want, right, I need another 2,000 to get over goal for the month. So I need, basically, I want a 5K day. I want a get over goal on the day today, and then I can be over goal on the month. So that's what I'm looking for. But yeah, didn't get green yesterday. Oh, Don, sorry to hear about that. Yeah, and the good old US of A have managed to qualify for the knockout stages. I think that's the first time they qualified for the knockouts in the World Cup, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken. So they qualified for the second round. And did they qualify? No, I think they did. Did they qualify for the knockout stages in South Africa as well? I think. I'm not sure, but yeah, the good old USA finished second in the group and qualified. They've unfortunately though that pits them against the Netherlands in the next round, which I think that will. There's shocks. There'll be quite a few shocks this World Cup already. So who's to say? But I think that's probably where the USA's journey is going to end. How do I celebrate with my earnings, J-Spec? By not celebrating. It's the best way of me analogizing that, J-Spec, is okay. How do you celebrate with your wages? Every time you get paid, how do you celebrate with your wages? I don't consider this as earnings. I consider this as my wages. So I take at the end of each month I withdraw and I put a third away into other investments, longer term investments, and I put a third away for the tax man. And I put a third covers the cost, my cost of living. So I might treat myself and get a couple of things, but more often than not, I've got two households to maintain. I've got cost of living. No, I don't party with McGregor. I'm not on that. I'm not earning that kind of money. I mean, they're like mega millions, and I'm looking at some of these YouTubers and that are earning like silly money. I'm like, how? I'm on YouTube and I'm earning like 12 quid a month. What's going on? Yeah, but the taxman likes to have a nice slice of that far, and that always hurts. Always gonna hurt. I need to relocate to somewhere that the tax jurisdiction is a little less stringent. I kind of begrudge paying the government when they screw me over every year. I don't get anything back for it. But here in Ireland, you don't get anything back for your tax dollars. That's all. Well, I hope so, Don. I hope so, Don. It'd be nice to actually welcome you into the global fold. And get you guys passionate about the game as the rest of the world is, you know? Well, I don't fancy Dubai. Absolutely not. Malta, possibly. Gibraltar, even. I mean, Portugal, Spain, you know, Mediterranean in general, let's face it. I could teach you to trade, Farron, but I give no guarantees of how much you'll make or even if you'll be profitable. But I mean, my results are not typical results. Most people would. Bahamas is another one, absolutely. But my results are not typical. Most people lose money. So I stipulate that, and I say that, I caveat that every single day. Before you think of getting involved in day trading, just remember that 85% of people that trade stocks on the stock market on a daily basis lose money long term. They're never profitable. So just bear that in mind. There's a number of reasons why they do that. They approach it casually with more of a gambling mindset than approaching it with a professional mindset and educating themselves before they get involved. That's the biggest reason why people lose on the stock market. If you educate yourself first, learn about the stock market, learn to read the charts, learn to spot, you know, windows of opportunity, support, resistance levels, all that kind of stuff. Learn to do technical analysis. Anybody that says technical analysis doesn't work doesn't know what we're talking about. Yes, I know that the hedge funds and the banks and the financial institutions don't really go into technical analysis. They're more about fundamental analysis because they're looking at portfolio management. They're not day trading. If you're talking about day trading for financial institutions, it's all automated. It's the high frequency trading, makes up about 65-70% of all volume on the stock market from an intraday perspective, and it's all done algorithmically. And it's difficult for us as retail traders to beat that. So we want to be, you know, we want to try and get an edge on that. And one of the edges that we can get on that is technical analysis. Don, you're wondering what the horizontal bars, these horizontal bars, this is volume by price. So it tells me, what's good about this is it tells me where the bag holders are, it tells me where people are transacting. So the green, it probably looks at, I don't know if it looks at green and yellow on the screen there, but it's green and yellow or green and orange. The green is when transactions that are made on the uptick, the orange is transactions that are made on the downtick. So you tend to find here, for example, we've got a lot of people selling at 114.20, 25. That's 5 cent range between 25 and 30. So it's a 5 cent range. There's a lot of people selling there, not as many people buying. So that's going to be a resistance wall right there. There's people transacting at this level, which is already proven to be resistance and also support. So the whole dollar of 114, you'd expect that. So it just tells me where the spikes in trading activity are, and based on the price, so volume by price, where the most shares are being traded and transacted. So you might get people accumulating shares here on the way up, and then selling big size up here. So it'll show us a bigger candle if that's the case, because more shares are transacted at that level. Doesn't matter that they're selling on the uptick or on the downtick. In total, the total volume of that candle is more shares were sold at that level. Yeah, it came down to the kind of the VWAP area here. Didn't quite touch the VWAP, but you've got to think of your price action and your areas of support, not lines of support. Of course, draw your trend lines, draw your resistance support lines, but you've got to think of them as areas, not specifically lines, because you're going to get price action that falls above it, but still within that area. So, for example, here they've got the VWAP area. VWAP currently at 113.19, so it came all the way down to 113.30, so within 12 cents, and it's bounced and moved up. So that's I consider that a VWAP bounce. But that's just me. And what do I know? I'm just a fat bloke on the internet, so what do I know? Actually, TikTok. quick question for you on TikTok. This doesn't concern you, YouTube and Twitch and Share Vision. This is purely for the TikTokers. Okay. What you can see on the screen today is purely only what TikTokers can see. So I want your opinion. Do you want to see this format? Is this the format that you like, or? All right, doesn't matter. I can't change the orientation midstream. So what I'll do is I'll try it. Would you prefer to see it as landscape orientation? You'll have to change your phone and see exactly the same as what they're seeing on YouTube. So would you like to see the YouTube screen, the same format on that I've got on YouTube, on TikTok, or are you happy with it the way it is right now? Okay, well, there's one that wants it the way it is. That's two the way it is. Well, Dave wants the tube. Well, if you want the tube, Dave, go over to the tube. I think most people are happy with the way it is on TikTok right now. So look, just tweaking things, seeing if we can make it better. So there you go. We've got the bounce on the VWAP. So this is technical resistance, technical analysis in action. So we've got the bounce at the VWAP area, that is. And as it moved back up, it met this resistance. So you can see here, we've got this resistance level that I've previously drawn. We were getting the, in terms of volume by price, we were getting the price action taking place here as well. So it moved up and it found resistance at the 114 whole dollar. It's a psychological level as well. So you kind of expected, and it's pulling all the way back down towards the VWAP. Well, I can't control the snores. She contributes as best she can. I think the general consensus is on the old tickety tockety is that to leave the scene the way it is in a portrait fashion. Okay, so we've got 3/4 of an hour. What's moving? XPEV bounced. Did it? Bili bounced. No, Bili's still selling off. What about XPeng? XPeng did bounce. Well, this is back over 820s. Let me put this on the 5 and draw key levels here. 835, nice round number. That's the high of session. That's the number I've got to watch for. I'll duplicate that as well. Put it down here for the low of session. 786. There we go. So that's the range we're in at the moment. So that's the range I'm watching for at the open. Well, I've got, you know, the airplane cushions that that you can get. Oh, so I've got one over here. Sorry, am I running over you? If you're getting that nerd neck, get one of these, but put it on back to front. It really works wonders. If you're getting anything in your neck from sitting at your desk, get your travel pillow and put it on back to front. I'm full of good ideas, Ed. Full of them. Viridian. Let's have a quick look at that. This spiked up. It's not doing anything. Not on great volume either. It's just selling off slowly, which is kind of... It go up to almost $31. After hours yesterday. Up to $30.11 after hours. Oh, actually, I was right the first time. $30.90, so almost $31. Why am I looking at the 5 minute on that chart? Should we look at the 1? Okay, probably not going to trade that. Not enough volume. We'll see. Mayo popped the $1 cherry, did it? Yeah, I did call that out earlier. Whilst I was trading CrowdStrike, it was making quite a lot of. Well, did it? No, it didn't. Didn't quite get over $1. It's been struggling with this. I mean, this is a key level. It's trying to get over $1. It got up to 99 cents so far. That's the high of session, but it's a key level. I mean, it's not been over $1 since Armistice Day. It's the last time it was over $1. When it fell below $1, it was Armistice Day. So Myoma Inc. It made quite a lot of series highs. So by all means, watch it. Not really something I'm interested in trading, but we'll see. Again, not something I'm interested in trading. 10 cents. This sold off hard. I say sold off hard. It went from 17 cents to 10 cents. So maybe you can get a bounce on this. How much, I don't know. So this is Lisa Technology. Again, not something I'm interested in trading. These are penny stocks. If you're interested in penny stocks, if you want me to cover more penny stocks, then I'm happy to cover them. I won't be trading them, just as a caveat, but I'm happy to cover them. Just let me know what penny stocks you want me to pull up on the screen, and I'll talk through it. I mean, this has been hard selling for the last month and a bit now. If you look at the daily, since the beginning of October, it's been selling off hard, and it's breaking lows. So if you're getting a bounce, it might just be careful. Don't try and catch a falling knife here. If you're getting a bounce, it might just be a dead cat. So I certainly wouldn't hold this for very long. Well, nobody said you have to go to sleep, but you'd have to put it on and sleep at your desk there, J-Spec. But because it just supports you. You don't have to use your own thing to support your own strength to support your neck. If you've got it on back to front, actually, it is better back to front. I find if you're traveling, it's better back to front because you've got the headrest. You've got the headrest behind you, so then you've not got the floppy neck. So find those travel pillars, wear them backwards. Where's Tesla today, Albania? Don't know who needs to hear this, but Tesla gapped up earlier. It's very sideways and choppy. It's not really doing much at all. It's underneath the VWAP at the moment. 180, 182. Give or take a bit of change. 180, 184 right now. So, not looking particularly strong. Had a couple of good days at the beginning of last week, but coming off lows, it needed a bounce, and it looks like the bounce was in. and we're now back to downwards trajectory. It's below the VWAP, whilst it is gapping up, but the market gapped up. So whether this is just following suit with the market, because the market, the SPY is selling off as well now. About to go red on the day. Dow Jones Industrial's already red. The Nasdaq and the Russell Index probably following suit. So whether it's just following the market, I don't know. That could be Tesla. I would expect that it's just following the market. It's not really showing any kind of magnified movements away from the market. But Tesla, the problem with Tesla is the CEO right now. He's spending way too much time in the media spotlight and not enough time actually managing Tesla. And I think that's detrimental, because the more he's in the spotlight, the more he's coming across as a complete buffoon. This whole Twitter debacle is exactly that, a debacle. Yeah, so you're going to find a lot of these, Apple, Microsoft. Yeah, that's very similar to the market. Let's have a look at Microsoft as well. Microsoft, yeah, less volume, but similar movement. What else was moving earlier? Google. Yeah, less volume, but yeah, a bit more volume on the second class of shares, but yeah, what are you going to do? So now with CrowdStrike, we're ranging around the VWAP, just above, just around that 113.50 level, give or take. So if it gets back above 114, I think we might be bullish. Back into this bullish range here. So I've got that mapped out. We did get a previous high there. What do I think about Amazon? Amazon right now, steal. Absolute steal. Again, this is following the market. So when the market's bearish, like it has been all year, these S&P stocks that are good companies, good balance sheets, the good fundamentals, when it's at lows like it is right now, it's a good time to load up on your portfolio. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a fat bloke on the internet, but that's just my opinion. Amazon's going to be okay in the long run. When you think about the Amazon businesses, if you spent any time listening to the earnings call early this month, you'd realize that it's not just they're not just a delivery company. People think of Amazon, they think about the brown trucks and the delivery. That's only part of the business. You've got, of course, you've got the media side of the business with the streaming channels and whatnot. You've got they're still the largest enterprise data storage company on the planet today. So you can take your Dells, your IBMs, your Oracles, and all your big tech companies. Amazon has more storage than any of them for the enterprise. So they're going to be, they're a good, sound, overall a very good company. And fundamentally, they're going to bounce back. Might take a couple of years, but they'll be back at the all-time highs. And since the split, it's affordable for Joe Sixpack as well. So you can actually get in and trade and invest in Amazon, where it was getting a little bit too expensive. But Amazon's a good bet for me. I make more money from day trading, JSpec. But what do I do with that? I don't want it sitting in the bank, because I'm then losing money if it's sitting in the bank. So I put it into long-term investments. And yes, at the moment, my long-term holdings are all red, but that's besides the point. I'm I'm not worried about that. For long term, I know that they will turn green and they will go on to all-time highs, and I will outperform the market. I'm in line with the market. Hey, Super Chip. Well, the T triple Q for me right now is a great investment. So I mean, I've got quite a bit of money in that right now myself. So going long on the Nasdaq as an ETF. So the triple Qs is so if we look at the triple Qs here right now, the triple Qs tracks the Nasdaq, whereas the T triple Q, it tracks the Nasdaq, but the moves are 3 times as big. So if it's three times, if Nasdaq moves down, this moves down. But if it moves down 1%, this moves down 3%. If the Nasdaq moves up 1%, this moves up 3%. So that's where I've got my money in, is actually on this ProShares ETF. I've got quite a bit of red, but I'm not worried about that because I know it will come good. And I'm just lump sum investing on. I've got a couple of ETFs. I've got a couple of S&P 500 companies that I believe in long term, and I've got some crypto long term as well. That's what my long term portfolio consists of right now. Where are the snores? Well, she's sleeping, but she's not snoring for some reason. Investing knowledge, Farron. So I see investing's easy. You just buy in something that's reputably a good investment. So if you buy Amazon, it's reputably going to be a good investment. And if you end up in the red with Amazon and you find yourself in underwater with it, what do? You add more to the port. You average down. So averaging down is a good investment strategy, providing that you're doing it in a reputable company, in a reliably reputable company. Whereas in day trading, averaging down is only good if you're buying the dip in an upwards momentum. If you're going long, averaging up, if you will, it's the same thing, but inverse principle. Averaging down from a position of weakness is not a great position great strategy to do day trading. So, did I have any knowledge of trading before I started? Yes, I did, but it was more a knowledge of investing than trading, which is why I probably one of the reasons I lost money to start off with. So. Yeah, and that's why I'm not worried, J-Spec. Everybody's portfolio is red at the moment, long-term portfolio. If you had a pension fund at the beginning of the year, it's probably not worth half as much now. But you've got to look at it long-term. The only time that you would be worried about your pension fund being losing half its value is if you were retiring next year. In which case, you probably shouldn't have had your pension fund in such volatile assets. You should have been much less volatile. The closer you get to retirement, the closer you get to the point where you actually want to take an income from your investments, the less volatile the assets, the less risky the assets that you should be moving your money into. It's that simple. Got a little over half an hour to go before the open. But let's have a look at Huadi. Now, the likelihood is it's very low volume. It's very low volume. So I'm going to look at it on a higher time frame. So Huadi on the 15-minute did have a good movement yesterday. But if I look at total, it didn't move that much in the grand scheme of things. It didn't go anywhere up to 190. But if I look at what was yesterday, 29th, total volume for the day, 4.5 million for Huadi. It's down on the day at the moment. It's 98,000 shares traded. So it's nowhere near the 4.5 million shares it traded yesterday. So just think about that. It moved up, and it moved up well because it had higher relative volume. Right now, it's got no volume. So is Friday going to move up today? Not on this kind of volume. Are you saying that? It's Friday, and we've seen it move up on very low volume in the past. But I wouldn't trade this unless you've got reasonably good volume. You want to be getting 10,000, at least 10,000 shares a minute, at the very least, consistently. And right now, you're nowhere near that. You're not even getting 5,000 shares a minute. So, yeah, super chat, exactly. Which program are we talking about there, Miller? When it's going slow, can you talk about the program that I have? Which program? The Day Trade with Tony education course? I can do that if you want me to. Pharaoh. Okay, Pharaoh. Well, why not? What have we got? Half an hour? I'll just switch across and show you, shall I? So, at request of Pharaoh, where's my OBS? Oh, so this is my statistics. I'll just quick show that that's the trades calendar. Calendar is what we were looking for, isn't it? So you can see here yesterday, 7,500 there, 4,000 there. So we're 12,000 down this week already. A bit of a 12,000 hole. Anyway, that's not what I'm doing here. So this is the link tree. If you're wondering where the link tree is, the clue is if you're on YouTube, you can get these links in the description anyway. But if you're on Twitch or Twitter or ShareVision, the link that's in the top right, which is Linktree, TikTok Trader, this is the page that it brings you to. Okay. Now, what I was just asked is if I could talk a little bit about, by Pharaoh on TikTok, is if I could talk a little bit about the Day Trade with Tony course. So Day Trade with Tony, this is the course that you get. Now, it's not just the course that you get direct mentorship from myself as part of this as well. You get access to the data. It's a private Discord, Day Trade with Tony Discord. And we have active conversations on there and posting the likes of calendar events such as earnings, what's coming out today, IPOs as they're coming out during the week or whatever day they're actually coming out. We've got an IPO tomorrow, that Jewel that's coming out as well. And this is the actual course. So it's the first lecture is the introduction to trading. So it's basically geared for people with basic understanding or no understanding of the market. So if you're a beginner trader, or if you're an intermediate trader that's finding it difficult to get profitable, this is who it's aimed at. If you're a profitable trader, you're probably going to find that a lot of this is basic stuff for you. But if you're an intermediate trader and you're finding it difficult to be profitable, or you're a beginner trader, this is ideally suited. There's no jargon, no technical speak. It really is down to lay terminology and helps you understand what it is you're looking for. So an introduction to trading, there's test your knowledge based on what the lecture contains as well. Next one is risk management. So again, a little over an hour and a half. Lecture on risk management, which is the fundamental number one principle of profitable day trading. If you can't manage your risk, then you're going to lose money. Simple. Trading is risky, and the key to profitable trading is managing that risk. Okay. Then what am I looking for when I'm looking for a trade? What kind of things I'm looking for? So stock selection, and I cover off some of what I look for every day. So I'm looking for volume, I'm looking for volatility, I'm looking for a catalyst, I'm looking for certain fundamentals, I'm looking for certain float size. There's a lot of, what you can actually do is get a checklist, print out a checklist, and before you get into a trade, this will do two things for you. Before you get into a trade, you check off, does it meet my criteria for a good trade? Is the setup right? And if it doesn't, you've just prevented yourself from jumping in on FOMO. If it does, then you can look at the trade and is it still exhibiting that the momentum that you want it to exhibit? Because the trades that you want to get in are not something that's going to pop and then drop. They're not something that you want to get in something that's going to be reliable. So you checking off that checklist is going to delay your entry just a little bit. You're not going to miss it if it's going to be a reliable move. So it's going to delay your entry just a little bit, long enough for you to confirm that it's the right entry, and for one, and two, that that you're going to get continuation. And to be fair, continuation has been a bit of a bind over the last couple of months. Setting up your charts. There's a little over an hour lecture on what I'm doing to setting up my charts, what you're looking for in charts, the time frames that you're looking for. As people who come to my TikTok are only seeing the 1 minute time frame, but if you're on YouTube, you're seeing the 1 and the 5. What I always say is, like, I've got the 1, the 2, the 5, the 60, and daily charts open on any stock that I'm trading at any given time. Multiple time frames is key, but how you actually set up your charts and what you're looking for, understanding your entries and exits, triggers, windows, that kind of thing. There's a full lecture on that. What I'm looking for, what patterns I'm looking for, intraday chart patterns, wedges, triangles, head and shoulders, cup and handle, all that kind of stuff. What it is, but bear flags, bull flags, everything. The strategies I use. So it was nearly 2 hours lecture on the actual strategies themselves with some examples. So the strategies that I'm actually using and how to use those strategies profitably. Stock scanning, very important. Where are you getting your trade ideas from? Where's the information coming from? Are you getting real-time data? So stock scanning. So there's a whole section here. Now it's geared towards Benzinga because that's the stock scanner I use. However, that being said, you can use it with any stock scanner. You can use the principles of the same with any stock scanner. So whether it be Trade Ideas, Bloomberg, Inviz, even or even TradingView, the free scanners, probably not as good, but you can still use it. Very important lesson is the trade management and managing the psychology. So you saw me yesterday chasing momentum, getting greedy. I got over goal. I should have walked away. Get green, stay green. Get over goal, get out. That's the principles of profitable trading. Once you've got a trading plan in place, once you're over goal, stay. The longer you stay, yes, you can make more money, but what's the point in having a goal if you're not going to adhere to it? You're increasing your risk of giving it back to the market, and that's what I did yesterday. So I got over goal. It was $5,000, or just over $5,000 up. I should have locked my montage and walked away. Instead, I got greedy. And that's controlling your emotions, the psychological aspects of trade management, and it's a difficult muscle and a difficult skill to get the best of. Okay, then we get a bit more technical. So we start talking about level 2 and reading level 2. What you're looking for on level 2, where, hidden buyers, hidden sellers, that kind of thing. Hotkeys, hot buttons, and why you want a platform that gives you that functionality. If you're going to be eventually giving up your about 9 to 5 and trading full time, you want a business plan. You want to be trading and thinking of it as professionally as a business. You don't want to be coming in all blasé and gung ho and treating it like a gambling pastime. Yeah, you can do that, but if you're going to be doing it full time, you want to treat it professionally and treat it as a business. You want to think about your taxes. You want to think about setting goals and targets as well. You want to be using a journal of some description, even if it's just an Excel spreadsheet. You want to be journaling your trades daily. Advanced technical indicators. So we're talking about Bollinger Bands, relative strength index, the moving average convergence divergence, or MACD, what they can give to you, particularly when we're talking about reversal strategies, which is where I use them. Then an introduction to options trading. A bunch of other tutorials, largely from Benzinga, a whole library of additional reading material that I used to learn how to trade. And then there's a swing trading course as well. This is a bonus section for you, and it's all currently available for 120 bucks a month, or if you use this, if you get on it today and use the coupon code Black Friday, today's the last day this is valid. So you get on it today, Black Friday, you can get 25% off. So you'll get it for 90 bucks plus plus tax or whatever it is. I've not updated the reports down here, Trading View, Trader View, and my brokerage reports. That's the first 6 months of this year. I will update that. That's just reminded me. So what I'll do is I'll get some printouts from my broker probably this weekend. Now that we're into the last month of the year, and I'll update it for the remainder of the year as well. So that's. I hope that answered your question there, Ferro. Any questions on that? Just let me know. I say it's an entry-level course. It's 12 chapters for the main part. There's additional material on top of that. Yeah, if you want to try it out, by all means, what I would say is don't put money into the market until you've traded in a simulator first. If you can be profitable in a simulator, if you can't be profitable in a simulator, then that's evidence that you're not going to be profitable with real money. Trading in a simulator first is going to stop you losing money. If you can be profitable in a simulator, that's no guarantee you're going to be profitable with real money, simply for the fact that emotions creep in when there's real money on the line. It makes it a little bit more likely that you're going to succumb to those emotions. And again, that comes down to the psychology. You want to be trading small. Real profitable trading is boring trading in reality. So by all means, try it out, and I'll see you there. But one of the benefits of that is actually the Discord. And I'll pull up the Discord now, shall I, so you can actually see it. So here's we've got the general section here on the Discord here. We've got loads of people in the Discord. We've got people commenting and doing this. We've got upcoming earnings, some posting the earnings. So yesterday, there's all the earnings from yesterday. There's all the earnings from today. We've got market performance, so you can get an overview of how the market's performing on a regular basis. There's sections for crypto, there's sections for futures, sections for Forex. I'm not actually trading futures or Forex, but people that are trading, this is a community. So the Discord is a community for traders. So to have those conversations, you take it to the dedicated channel. We've got the dedicated channels for chats around the course itself, around the various platforms that you can use to trade on. So yeah, go check it out, guys. And if you want to learn how to get your desktop set up like this, it's also in there as well. So this is my Benzinga. This is where I'm finding my my trades from. So go check out Benzinga as well. I will head back to the stream now, and head back to the chart, and we'll look for something to trade. But I hope that if you've got any questions. If you've got any questions on that, Ferro or Dunkers or whoever's, it sounds like a good course, Alistair. Well, you should know, you completed a couple of months ago, so I'm hoping that it's helped you out. The Dunkers, the Black Friday code is that exactly that, Black Friday. Look, they might be crap shirts, but they're just expensive. That's all I'm saying. Morning, Thomas. Ed, Baba's not doing anything. It's just sideways. Alibaba's sideways at the moment. I'll show you. So Alibaba, because I've got this on. I've got Alibaba on my other screen here, on my watch list screen, and it's just sideways right now. So. It's not. If you put this on the higher time frame, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. It gapped up this overnight, and it's just sideways. It's not really doing anything yet. It's testing the highs, which is around 82.50 is the highs that it's struggled with all morning. You can get over 82.50, maybe test 82.60. It might do something, but right now Alibaba's not doing anything, just sideways. Meridian seems to be topping the momentum. So let's have a look at the BBW. Build-A-Bear Workshop. No, there's still nothing there. Meridian, no, nothing there either. That's spiking down. Okay. Well, we've got 15 minutes to the bell, so let's see what happens at the bell, guys. There's not a lot of movement today. If you look at the gap scanner, so the gap scanner is basically what's moved by how much overnight, and right now the volume on the movers is low. We've got Xpeng, which is one of the Chinese stocks, which is probably the only one, the first one that's got a decent volume, and it's not got the volatility that I look for. So if you're on the course, you'll be able to go into the course and on the section on stock selection, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, what I'm looking for, for a stock to trade it before I pick it up. What I'm in the pre-market session, what I'm looking for ideally as a setup for a gap and go, and all that kind of stuff. And whilst this has got the volume, it just doesn't have the gains that I've been looking for right now. There's only really 2 stocks, and they don't have the volume. So then we're kind of relegated to the momentum scanner. So we're looking. So the gap and go probably not going to be a factor today. We'll see. There's very few that have got the gap to then go. So now what we're actually looking for is momentum stocks. And Build-A-Bear Workshop is a momentum stock, but low volume. 34,000 shares over 15 minutes is not great volume. Viridian Therapeutics, again, 2% move, reasonable volume, up 2% move, probably not the volatility we're looking for. I could check NEO. NEO was actually looking good earlier today. I don't know where it is right now. So NEO's very similar to Alibaba. It had the gap up, which is a lot of these Chinese stocks have moved up on the news that potential relaxing of COVID restrictions in China, which will allow a lot of companies to start producing more and performing better. So this is why a lot of these Chinese stocks are moving up, because of the news of relaxing of COVID restrictions. So sideways at the moment. It gapped up like Alibaba, like Bili, like a lot of the others. It's gapped up and it's moving sideways. Really want to see this above kind of 11.20. It needs to hold $11, but 11.25 is the quarter dollar is probably where I would say that it becomes interesting. But what do I know? I'm just a fat bloke on the internet, so. ONCS squeezing it dropped down to what, 265. That's strange. This is very strange movement. This is a dip and then rip. So that's a whole dollar move from the dip. So it dipped down and then ripped up. So this is Encore Sec Medical. Needs to get green on the day right now. It's currently almost 6% down on the day from yesterday's close. Did have a good day yesterday, by the way. It moved up after the bell. It sold off and then it moved up well for the rest of the day into the close. Finished almost at $4. So what just happened? Well, let's have a look at Xpeng again. So yeah, again, this is sideways. Look at it on 5 minutes. It moved up. I've got this pre-market high set here at 835. It's been down to 786. That's the range. That's the session range right now. And 835. Watch that. Watch for the break of 835. We might see a move up, but be careful. Yeah, Alibaba's just moved up, so we're getting a bit of volatility coming in. So Baba's moved up, breaking those highs. It's up now at 82.65. So I think Amazon, massive pop, in line with yeah, that's a massive pop. That's a good dollar move. Same as ONCS. So let's have a look at the SPY, shall we? Is that market driven? No. So I don't know what's driving that. You learn every day's a school day. I didn't realize there was an ETF, a bull share ETF, Direction Daily, based on Amazon alone. It's like one and a half times the movement of Amazon. Go figure. So if Amazon's up 1%, then that ETF goes up 1.5%. If Amazon's up 2%, it goes up 3%. It's very interesting. 2.2K on the like count. Come on, guys. She's snoring for you now. Do you not hear her? Ah, right. Okay. That's what that is. Oncosec Medical. Let's have a look. Catalyst. Oncosec announces pricing of a 3.5 million public offering. To be fair, that normally tanks when they announce a public offering, it normally tanks the price. But it's only a million shares in the float with Oncosec, so basically doubling the size of the float as it stands right now. 3.5 million. There's a million shares in the float. It's currently 350. So they're just doubling the float. Candles go green with the snores. They go even greener if with the likes. Hit that thumbs up button. If you're on YouTube, make sure you've hit the thumbs up button. Don't let me down. You know you want to do it. The candles go green. The more you have your thumb, the more people that have got the thumbs up button checked on YouTube, the more people have liked this video on YouTube, the greener the candles go. I'm just saying, there's a direct correlation, and that's the truth, guys. It's I'm sure. Just trust me on that. Go on and hit and smack that thumbs up button. Smash that like button. You know you want to. Do it now. You want to see the dog snoring? Let's get your wallets out, guys. Talking of which, hang on. because I rattled the packet doesn't mean you're getting any. We've not hit 3,000 likes on the old TikTok yet. I was just getting, because you ate the last one yesterday. So just getting a new packet from the cupboard for when it's ready. You know. And it's ready. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna say hello. Say hello to Miyako. This is the snoring chow chow you're always hearing. Come on. Gotta stand up for this. The new one. There you go. Good girl. She's bloody heavy. I'll say that much. Pound for pound. $3 million? Pound for pound, okay. I knew that's what you meant, but... So we've got 4 minutes to the open. Let's see what XPEV's motoring. So I want to try and find out what else is worth keeping an eye on. So XPEV's motoring. Onx motoring. Keep an eye on Baba and Amazon. Why is that? Pressing the wrong key. Amazon coming all the way back down to the VWAP. XPEV motoring. We'll see. Will it continue at the open? Yeah, it's they've just announced a $3.5 million offering, Nitro. So that's what I'm watching that for. Basically doubling the float by the sounds of it. So if they release another 1 million shares into the market at $3.5. That's $3.5 million offering. So that's why it's gone up to $3.5, I think. A little over 2 minutes. See what happens, shall we? 90 seconds to the open. Alibaba is motoring. The Chinese stocks are motoring. Bili also motoring. Look at that. $16. Back above the VWAP. All these Chinese stocks motoring now. All moving up together. I've got a minute to the open. I'm just going to change the scanners over ahead of time. I'm still watching the signals, still watching the news. US Treasury's Yellen says, not sure what the right unemployment rate should be, but rates in the 4% range are considered healthy. I'm beginning to see signs of falling job openings. Actually, that's a good question. the unemployment data came out, was due out today, wasn't it? Or is that tomorrow? Off the top of my bonds, I will just have a quick look. So GDP price index came out highest. There's the bell. Core PC. So GDP numbers came out today. I forgot all about those. That came at the bottom of the last hour. All right. High volatility. This is just breaking malls. I'm just going to have to get out. This is very high volatility right now. Alibaba tends to be the leader in these Chinese stocks half the time. All these Chinese stocks moving up, but Alibaba's pulling back now, so they're all pulling back. So I'm just gonna look at what the pre-market resistance level was, 82. I'm giving it $1. The opening range candle's not formed yet. Here on Baba. Still in the first 5 minutes. We've got 45 seconds left. Nice one, Alistair. Get green, stay green, get to gold, get out. You know the rules. Bili testing highs. Alibaba not so much. We're green. And we've now got a stop in place. We can move with the action. Nice days at work. Well done. So I've got my stop at 83.60, which is the low of this candle, just under this low, the low of this 1 minute candle right now. So if it reverses, that's fine. I've made a little bit. So unrealized 1800 right now, but we can get it up to 75. I'll put my stop at 77. I want it to break 84. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. Patience is a virtue. Want it to hold. Right. Now's the time to start adding. Scaling in. Take that off again. Just lock it in some gains where it stops me out. Pulling all the way back. Yeah, it got me stopped out. So there we go. 3,300 on the day. That's not a bad start to the day. Not quite at goal, but that takes us over goal on the year. No, it takes us over. We're already over goal on the year. It takes us over goal on the month. So, yeah. Nice, 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 nice. Kintara. Let's have a look at Kintara. Kintara Therapeutics just resumed. Pulling way back to the downside. Don't mind the pullback. What's the reason for it though? That's the question. What's my goal for the year? 1.2 million gross or 1 million net, Ronald? Oh, Ronaldo. That's the goal for the year. So I've targeted myself on 100,000 per month. We were just 96 plus change before today. It's the last day of the month, so we're now over goal, or we should be. Terra Therapeutics. Okay. Not seeing. Kintara Therapeutics regains compliance with Nasdaq's minimum bid price requirement. There you go. That's why it's. That's why it's moving up. Right now, hang on a minute. I just need to go back to detailed reports. What do I need today? 3,300. I've got 3,300. So 96,785 is what it is. So I'm $85 over goal for the month. But I'm not done today. I want to finish today over goal on the day. So it'll be 5,000. I'm 12,000 behind on the week. So I've got a drawdown at the moment of no. What's my current drawdown? Current drawdown 12,000. Yeah. So it'd be nice to have a 12,000 day, clear that drawdown before we go into December, but we'll see. I'm not. Okay, so Alibaba testing new highs. Up there at 84, so it needs to ideally it needs to hold above 84. That big wick down. It's actually quite a very bullish candle. This hammer candle here is very bullish. Big wick down, coming all the way down to the VWAP almost at 83.25, and then back up again. So that's a lot of buying pressure there, buying action to create that bull, that hammer candle. Thoughts on natural gas? Well, until this war in Ukraine is concluded, natural gas prices are going to be artificially inflated. It's the whole supply and demand, especially when you get certain jurisdictions limiting the export of it. No names will be mentioned. If you can get a 50-cent move every day, Alistair, you can be rich. Oh, relatively speaking, it depends on what your definition of rich is, doesn't it? Let's have a look at Nugget. So this is an ETF. Currently up 5%. Quite a few ETFs moving today. So this is mining sector. It's a mining sector ETF. No idea why that's moving up the way it is. Okay, so Wayfair did pop up. No, probably not. CrowdStrike. What are you doing? That's sold off. What's the pre-market? What's the current opening range high? So we're looking at 112.46. Let me just get one of those down here. That could be interesting. I really want to see it above 114 again, but we'll see. I'm sure the missus and the kids will be happy to hear that you put trading and dogs first. So a lot of the Chinese stocks are looking strong at the moment, but CrowdStrike for me is a reversal, but potential reversal. I'm saying that, and I said earlier when I traded this, that it's got the potential to go to 120 today. That's the spreads on this at the moment. 10 cents, they're not too bad. 5 to 10 cents. Whole dollar at 113. Damn. Missed the pop. Didn't get filled. Oh, there we go. Thought I didn't get filled then. On 13.13. For 113.50 to start. And we get over 113.50 on the bid. There we go. Lock that in. There's another. Oh, that's a nice little pop there. Expecting a bit of resistance at the 114 though. Whole dollar, psychological level. Well, I got filled at 14.22. Pullback. It's a bit of a pullback. So now 114 and 10 cents is. There we go. 13 on the ask. Let's get up to 50. Let's break it a high here. Let's lock that in. There we go. Put 20-cent trail, 20-cent stop in it, and I wanted to put a trailing stop in, but I got stopped out. Oof! Damn! $50 away from goal. Can't have that. My OCD will kick in. Put a trailing stop in instead of a static stop. I would have been over goal there. Wait for the re-break and the break of new high. So I'm looking for 115.50, 114.50. Not got fill, partial fill. There we go. Full fill. New highs. What we're looking for. Well, I got over goal. I got over goal before it stopped me out. Put a stop in place, it pulled back and got me. Well, I'm there. I am. I'm done. Okay. I get green, stay green, get over goal, get out. That's what they say. That's what I say. I don't know about what you say or they say, but that's what I say. I'm over goal, I'm green, and I'm getting out. So I'm going to lock my montage, and that's me done. 20 minutes of trading. There we go. Two stocks traded, 5 grand. Happy days. Right, what else do you want to look at, guys? Amazon. I can smell something burning. Ouch. So Amazon had that huge pop-up just before the open, and then sold off hard before trying to make a bounce here. Let's have a look at the market, the SPY. So this is very choppy today, but it's the VWAP fade. The VWAP fade movement. It's moving up, tapping the VWAP or breaking the VWAP, then fading away. Up, VWAP fade away. So VWAP fade. You might be able to trade that. So I've locked my montage. And if I see something specifically that's looking very attractive, I might go back in for CrowdStrike if it breaks pre-market highs, or those pre-market levels that I mentioned earlier. 115 is a key level, 115.50 as well. But we'll see. Yeah, well, I'm over goal on the day. I'm over goal on the month. I'm ahead of goal on the... Let's have a look at where I am today, guys, shall we? Shopify breaking highs. So let's have a quick look at that. Shopify. Oh, funny enough, it's up at this resistance level that I've drawn from previous trades. 38, the $quarter level, 38.25, 38.20. Now, you didn't see me draw that. This has obviously been drawn previously on previous days, and the market does like to repeat itself. It does mirror, so finding a little bit of difficulty at that level. And it break above it. It has done. There we go. That's Shopify. Shopify moving up. Speaking of Shopify, that's a good segue. Okay, let's nip across, shall we? Speaking of Shopify, check out my Shopify store and get yourself in time for Christmas. Get yourself a nice hoodie, t-shirt, mug. So I've got mine. Winters are coming. Get yourself a nice beanie, baseball jerseys, whatever. Full catalog. There's my mug. Beautiful as I am. I'll add more to this. If you've not got I Trade with Tony on your phone case, I don't know what you're doing. If you've got a dog, get yourself a dog. Get your dog a Christmas present. Miyako will be very, very happy. If you're traveling about, get yourself a travel mug, coffee mug, t-shirts, mugs, whatever. Wife beaters, mouse mats, sweaters, hoodies. Yeah, check it out, guys. That's Trade with Tony merchandise. So be a Trade with Tony-ite or whatever. I don't know. Trader with Tony. Whatever. So that's Shopify. We've already covered the Day Trade with Tony course, so get on this as well. It's the first link after the merchandise. The merchandise is there, but first link, Day Trade with Tony. It's this course here. Gets you access to the private Discord, the Day Trade with Tony community, full syllabus that you can see here. Just go and check it out. There's a budget price for today only. It has been for the last week, but for today only, use the code Black Friday at checkout. The discount coupon Black Friday at checkout. It'll get you 25% off at checkout. So that's for the course. What else? Find stocks to trade. You want to set up your desktop to find stocks to trade like me. I'm watching Alibaba, I'm watching all of these, I'm seeing that they're coming through here. This is Benzinga Pro. It's Benzinga Pro. Neo currently having a fantastic time. So Neo there up at 17% up on the day, over 1232 according to this at the quote. And you can see, yeah, by all means, get yourself on Benzinga. I use it for, obviously I've got these scanners here. It's a gap scanner, momentum scanner, surging scanners here. I've got signals down here based on Xpeng just breaking new highs again here. So day high series. I've got the rolling news here as well. There's so much more that you can actually get out of that. So get on Benzinga. If you're not on it already, get on it and enjoy. If you're not journaling your trades, what are you doing? How are you tracking your performance? So journaling your trades, this is what I originally came to this section for. So we currently have $5,044, $5,045 in profit today. I've just locked my montage, locking that down, and that takes us over goal on the month. So 96,000 before we started, plus 5, that takes us $101,000 up on the month. So that's $101,000 profit for the month of February. So that's job done. Where are we on the year though? Where will that take us on the year? So 1.2 is the gross goal, 1 million is the net goal. So 1.1, we're 20k into the ahead of goal, because we should be at 1.1 based on 11 months, should be at 1.1. So we're 20k, so we're now 25k ahead of goal for the year. So we've still got 75k to do in December. I'm taking the last week of December off. I've got my flights booked from the 21st, so we've got effectively 2.5 weeks to get 75k. That's a big ask, but it can be done. We just need some good movers. So not going to be trading for the rest of today. I'm going to lock in November as a month over goal, and we'll move on. So what else? Dash Trader is the platform I use. If you want to learn how to do charting, if you know how to do charting, you're not using TradingView. Why are you not using TradingView? It's free. You know, go and check out TradingView. Okay, guys, let's go back to. Well, I'll go back to my my number there, and let's go back to the actual action, shall we? What's happening? So Shopify breaking highs. Alibaba, wow, should have stayed in it. I got out. What did I get out of Alibaba? Getting filled on CrowdStrike was horrible. Trying to get filled on CrowdStrike was just virtually impossible just then. So I got out of Alibaba at 83, just under $84. $84, it's now 87. So if I'd stayed in there with the 2,500 shares, I'd be 10 grand up now. So, you know, FOMO can do that to you. But hey, what am I going to say? Hang on, Alistair. You completed the course in the summer. You've not paid for a subscription in months. What are you on about? So it's good day today. It looks like a very bullish day. There's a little doji, double doji right now, but there's a doji. That's the first indicator of a reversal. Got to pull back here, but you've got an indicator of reversal. That's that doji. It's a change in sentiment. That's your first warning, first exit indicator. Then on this one, you've got break of new lows, second exit indicator. So it's second indication of a potential reversal. So if you were in that, you should be out now, or at least sizing down. Taking some profit, sizing down. You've got a couple of reversal indicators there. I'm not saying it's going to reverse all the way, but I'm saying it's ready for a pullback. So if you're looking for an entry, now's not the time. Wait for a pullback. So NEO still moving. That's what I wanted to look at. NEO. NEO out of sight. Wow. Nice. 20, nearly 21% up on the day. Having a great day is NEO. This, I remember buying NEO long term when I first, like 3 years ago, buying at 14, selling at 44. Made a killing on NEO, $20. That was over a course of a couple of months, mind. And XPEV as well. XPEV's not quite the same. Actually, it's having a better performance. Look at that, 32% up on the day. Xpeng Inc. So these Chinese stocks are all motoring today, guys. Having a great day. What are you trading? Let me know in the comments. Do I think crowd will fill the gap to the upside? Yes, I do. Personally, I think next target will be 118. Given that that's the resistance level it had earlier. But I think based on the earnings, I looked at the summary of the earnings script from last night, and it sold off. It had a sales beat, it had an earnings beat. It was actually a decent earnings drop, and yet the market didn't like it. And I think that was down to guidance. They were pulling back the forecast for Q4 and for FY23. So the market didn't like that, so it sold off. And that's kind of, they could still smash the Q4 number and an FY23 number, but because they issued cautionary guidance, it sold off. So CrowdStrike, I think, it could fill the gap. It could fill the gap. Will it? I don't know. 120 is where the gap is that I can see on the price action. I think it gapped down way too much. So I think, is it going to go up and reach 120? Possibly. Is it going to do it in the next 30 minutes? Probably not. No worries, Phil. Glad to see you're making good gains again. So happy days. Get in, get green, stay green. Get to gold, get out. So if you're not streaming live like I am, your day's done. Go out and do the rest of whatever it is that you've got to do. When you twice your daily goal, that's a fantastic day, Phil. But this is the whole point, is why would you do a 9 to 5 and work, slave yourself for 8 hours a day plus whatever else they want you to do, overtime and extra time and weekends, and when you can do this job for a living. And you just get in half an hour. If you're in Asia, for example, you could be living in Thailand. You start the day at like 8 p.m., 7 p.m., 8 p.m. and you're in for an hour and then you go to bed, or go to the pub, or do whatever it is that you do. If you're in the US, or if you're in the Caribbean, oh, I'm English, so Caribbean. You're in the Caribbean, you get up and you start your day 9 o'clock. You work an hour, you make your money, $5 grand, happy days. I'm not saying everybody can do $5 grand, but I mean, you scale up to that. But $500 a day is a 6-figure income. And that goes a long way in the Caribbean, depending on which part of the Caribbean you're in. But I'm definitely going to move somewhere sunnier, I think. I think I'll probably do it next year. Where should I move to? Next summer. Permanent relocation. Somewhere sunny, with a pool and sea view. Why not? May as well. I enjoy it. Dave. Keep the channel going. It's good fun. I'm far from finished trading. Just because I'm in a different location, I'm not going to be finishing trading until I've got a nest egg big enough to keep me in a level of comfort for the rest of my days. That's essentially what I'm looking for. Yeah, the sea view in Newcastle's wonderful, Alistair. I don't think you would find, but hang on a minute. I've seen those Newcastle fans in January at the bloody St James, you know, on the terraces at St James, no top on, and it's snowing. So I don't think people in Newcastle have this concept of don't swim in the cold. I mean, they're probably swimming in the Tyne on Boxing Day. So complete Orcs. That's one thing. I do like a night out in Newcastle. It's a great night out, and some of the people are most wonderful people, but they're complete lunatics. Complete lunatics. The girls, the legs are turning blue. Literally, you see them. They're wearing nothing. Literally nothing. The guys, most of them are built like orcs from Middle Earth and look like them as well. It's a night out at the weekend in Newcastle is entertaining, to say the least. It's a good night out, actually. It's really good. Yeah, it's really warm in Newcastle, absolutely. That's the test of the Brazilian and foreign imports that you're going to get for your for your football team. There is, can they do it on a Tuesday evening in Newcastle? It used to be Stoke, but that's just because it's wet. All right, let's have a look at Bili. Breaking highs. Look at this, $17. Alibaba pulling back a little bit. So let's have a look. Which one was I in? It's Alibaba. Let's mention yes. So Alibaba. So I was here. I spoke about the doji. It's a reversal indicator. Be careful. Don't get in. Wait for the pullback. It moved up a little bit. Another doji before the pullback. So that was your first indicator there. First warning, there's going to be a reversal. Then break of a new low. That's your second warning. You're getting another warning here with this doji here. So there you've got 3 warnings to say reduce your size or exit your position. Then you've got this hammer candle here which breaks new lows. That's a 4th warning. Normally they don't give you that many warnings of a reversal. It's normally 2, maybe 3. This is giving you 4 or 5 in a row. So then you've got the devil horns here. So and lower highs. So then it reverses. Look for the indicators. Always look for the indicators. But over 87, this is good to go again. This is a nice pullback. This on the 5-minute. What are you guys trading? Anything that you're looking at right now? ONCS trying to break over the VWAP. So this had a news today of an offering, 3.5 million offering. This is why it popped up here, and then not a lot, it's kind of sideways. But 3.5 million offering. I was expecting it to move significantly one direction or another. What do I know? I'm just a fat bloke on the internet. So penny stocks, Myomo. So this has had really good momentum for the last couple of days, and it tested the $1 level. It needs to break over that $1 level. It's been selling off up until this last week. It's been selling off hard, so it's due a bounce. But if it can break above that $1 level, which is key, then there's a big window from, let's have a look, from $1 to $1.30. A huge window. So if it can break over $1, then there's nothing to stop this getting a bit bullish and trying to fill that gap to 130. Yeah, well, today I practiced what I preach there, CMD. So I've got green, stayed green, got over goal, and I've got out. I've locked my montage, and there'd have to be something going parabolic now for me to get in. I'm not going to. If something's going parabolic, I'm not going to chase it. No worries, Phil. You get out, like I say, get green, stay green, get to goal, get out. You're twice over goal, so why would you stick around? If you're going to stick around, paper trade. But Mayo as well, look at this. Beautiful on the 1 minute, beautiful double bottom formation, the W formation, which is very bullish. So normally it's a good measuring stick as well, from the top of that to the bottom of that, which is like 15 cents. So you should get a 15 cents from the breakout, which is 84. So you should break the dollar. Is that a question or a statement though, CMD? Because yeah, I'm having a good day. I needed one after yesterday. It happens. All right, okay. Then put a little dollar sign in front of it, and I'll know that you're talking about the stock there, CMD. Depends on the price of the CEO, Hunter. It depends on the price of the stock, of what my buying power is. So this is it's up 6% on the day, $38. For a $38 stock, the 18 cents ATR, I wouldn't say it's huge, but it's not having a bad day. Unity Software. All right, okay, so Chegg, it's up at 28.65, very choppy. There's a bit of a kind of a almost a double bottom here, but it's no volume. There's nobody trading it, so it's not reliable. You can't really. I wouldn't be even on the higher time frames. It's just not. There's just nobody trading. It's not enough people trading it. There's no volume in Chegg. So it's 65, not quite in, just shy of 65,000 shares traded all day. So I would be wary of looking at that. If you look at this on the 60-minute chart as well, very choppy sideways over the last couple of days. It's not really gone anywhere or done anything. This is a difficult stock to try and make any head nor tail off. Look at it on the daily. Since it gapped up twice, it's not really got moving anywhere. It's just sideways momentum all the time. It's gap up and then it's another gap up, but it's sideways. For me, it's certainly not intraday, and as a company, it's not the type of company I would invest in long term. So Chegg, fill your boots, do what. The belly's okay today. I'm even eating jelly beans today. So I'm wondering what I'm putting in my mouth. How much money would you say someone should start off trading with? Yeah, so I would say anything less than 5K is you're going to struggle day trading with it. You're going to struggle day trading stocks and equities with it. What you might be better off, if it's less than 5K, you might be better off looking at options and swing trading. So that's the first thing. But more importantly, if you can't afford to lose 5K, don't trade with 5K. That is the first rule, is don't start trading with more than you can afford to lose. If you can't afford to lose it, don't put it into the brokerage account. That's your first port of call. So if you've got spare money, a bit of savings that you maybe were saving up for a holiday next summer, and you're thinking, well, I can do without the holiday to Greece. You know, it was just something that I wanted, but I don't really need. Or maybe you've been saving up for a car. You buy a car that's $5,000 cheaper than what you wanted, so you've still got a car and you've got a spare 5K. However you come across it. If it's expendable income, if it's expendable money, then you could start trading with it. Everything that I'm earning now is expendable to me. And this is part of one of the reasons why I have this mentality that I approach the markets. I'm trading with the house's money. So I lost money to start off with. I lost over $30,000 euros when I first got into the market, before I started getting profitable. Then I was fluctuating up and down a bit, and then I started getting consistently profitable. I've withdrawn a lot more than 30,000, withdrawn a lot more than what I've lost and what I put in. So now I'm playing with that, playing with the house's money. So if I blew up my account tomorrow, it doesn't impact me in the grand scheme of things. In the grand scheme of things, I'm still profitable. I'm profitable last year and I'm profitable this year. I'm hopefully going to be profitable next year. So, and that's the way I'm in a big position and I lose big. It's a fugazi, it's a fugazi, it's fairy dust, it's not real. It's just numbers on a screen until you actually take it out of the brokerage. If it's impacting your day-to-day life, then it becomes real. If it's just numbers in the account, it's not, you can't get emotionally invested in it. And if you can detach yourself emotionally from the trading, emotionally from the results, it does help with your performance, because you can get into a position and you can either hold it a little bit longer than you perhaps should do. Not saying you should do that, or you can scale into a position where you're taking a bigger size and be more aggressive than you normally would be. Rule of thumb is you shouldn't risk more than 3% of your equity position on any single trade, any given trade. I'm a much more aggressive trader than that. I don't recommend anybody trades the way I trade because it is very aggressive. I have big swings both ways. I have big losses. I was down $21,000 yesterday before coming back and finishing just under $5,000 down. So what I lost yesterday, I've made back today. But there you go. What's happening to Mullen Motors? Let's have a. Oh, you're talking about the news. Well, let's have a quick look at the news ticker on Mullen, shall we? Mullen Automotive. We've got Q4 earnings confirmed for 13th of December. Short sellers were right about automotive stock. That's one from yesterday. California-based electric vehicle manufacturer Mullen Automotive offered a great deal of promise in 2020 and 2021. Since then, however, Mullen stock has had a steep capital losses. And I've been saying this for a while. It's got a lot of short sellers, but a short seller tried to warn prospective shareholders earlier this year. As it turns out, the short side of the trade was the right one, and there's no reason to expect a turnaround anytime soon. Mullen Automotive has nice looking cars, but also a lot of unanswered questions. How is Mullen going to compete in an increasingly crowded EV manufacturing field? What are the company's third quarter financial results? And when should people expect Mullen Automotive to turn a profit? It's losing money all over the shop. So first and foremost, I mean, there's about 50 billion shares in the float. It's losing money all over the shop. The only way that they're actually going to make any money is by flooding the market with additional shares. The best thing that could happen to Mullen Automotive, and I say this time and time and time and time again, the best thing that could happen to Mullen Automotive is they get acquired by one of the bigger boys. But that's just my opinion. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Just remember that I'm just a fat bloke on the internet. Okay, so we're Alibaba breaking highs again. I did say, I'm not saying I'm good, not saying I'm the best. Top 3 maybe. But I did say that over 87 and Alibaba's a go again. I called the reversal here on this doji. Called this reversal. Of course, you can move up before you get the reversal, but the first indicator is this doji. Then we've got, I've called out what the indicators were before we got the reversal. Down to below the half dollar here at 86.50. As it started to make a move back up, I said above 87, it's a goer again. When it finally broke 87 here, we had a bit of a pullback, but then it's moved up. Now, a whole dollar move from 87. So if you bought in at 87, like I said, not signals, not stock picks, not alerts, just calling it what I'm seeing from a technical and analysis point of view. Based on, the reason I called out 87, by the way, so look at the higher time frame. This pullback here, the high of this candle was about approximately eyeballing it $87, so over $87. And on the 5-minute time frame, and you're going to be, you know, back at the races, and that's essentially what's happened. So, not saying I know what I'm doing. I'm just a fat bloke on the internet, but certainly top 3 traders on TikTok and YouTube. You don't believe me? Tell me who's better. Well, 10 minutes to the end of this session. Let's have a look at Grinder making a pop up. This was an IPO fortnight ago. This went up to $62, I think it was. No, $72. Shy of $72. Made us $50,000 in one trade. Phenomenal trade. Wish they come along every day, but they don't. If you get fat, can you be successful? A successful day trader? Well, it's worked for me. That's probably what was wrong. Is I was built like Garth. I had a 6-pack and everything, and I was losing money. So. But I put the weight on, and I'm now making money. So you're probably right, Klaatu. That's probably the secret to being a successful day trader, profitable day trader, is pack on the pounds, just like me. You kill me, you guys. You kill me. So ONCS it got rejected at the VWAP. Alibaba. Right, okay, so Alibaba's showing signs of exhaustion up here. So Alibaba for me right now, potential short. If it falls below $87, I would be looking to take this short. So it's showing signs of exhaustion up here at 88. You've got, again, a potential pattern here of the double top, the M pattern, which is bearish. So if this moves up, look at it on the higher time frame. This pulls back towards 87. I would be going short. I'd be looking to go short and maybe get $1.50, $2 out of that. Who knows what? Not saying it's not finished going long yet, but it's just showing signs of exhaustion. Yeah, it does look, it's looking a bit tired right now. However, it could be just having a little bit of a consolidation before it then moves up again. So 88.50, we're back at the races. But I would be waiting for a real pullback before then. It's just these dojis, consecutive dojis, a little bit of an exhaustion. So I'd be waiting for a pullback before even considering entering in this. It's just way too extended right now, Alibaba. I mean, it's only 10% up, but it's a big stock. It's a larger cap stock. It's a higher float. So it's something I would be wary of while it's so extended. Wait for the consolidation. Wait for the pullback, and then look for the continuation after that. At the moment, I still think that this potentially, if it pulls back as far as $87, it's worth looking at for a short. If it doesn't pull back that far, then look for the continuation. I don't know what you mean, Alistair. I should be more successful. What do you mean I should be more successful? Is $1 million a year not good enough for you? Some people are never happy. Can't please all the people all the time. Please some of the people all the time, but not all the people. Roku. Breaking highs. Roku's having a nice pump. It's 5% up at the moment, but $56. Looking good. Testing $57. Top mover today, though. XPeng. Let's have a look at Li Autos. So Li Autos also moving up as well nicely. Neo, Li Autos, XPeng. 67 million shares traded on XPeng today. That's a huge volume. I mean, I know it had good earnings, but dang. What's the float on XPeng? Key data. Well, it's a large enough float. I mean, we're talking get 800 million in the float. 35 million short. You wouldn't want to be going short on it today, would you? 38% up. So I reckon there's probably a lot of shorts squeezed out already on this. I was just talking about signs of exhaustion up here. A little bit of a pump now. It seems to be pulling back a little bit. Baba. XPeng's had a really good day. What else? Bili, is that moved in the same way? So Bili didn't kind of continue in the same way as Alibaba and Li Autos and Neo and the likes. This reached a peak up here at it's got 17.75, the $0.75 level, 70.75, and it's pulled back. It's down below the VWAP. So if Bili's selling off and not looking like it's going to come back now, I'd be wary of getting in at the top with the rest of the Chinese stocks. Once one starts to sell off and reverse, the others usually follow suit. So there we go. Yeah, well, it's at 38%, 38.5% today, Klaatu. So it's not far off having a 42% day today either. I mean, it gapped up. So what did it close at yesterday? It closed at 734. So 1050. Get it over 40%. We're at 39% right now. Or tapping 39%. So another three points. Yeah. Every 7 cents is every 70 cents it moves is another percentage up. Well, 7 cents was right the first time. I wouldn't go into business with that clown if he paid me. J-Spec. The guy's an animal. No manners. But what do you expect? You know? This is the problem with, you expect, you know, at least in boxing, the majority of boxers, they have a level of respect and they behave like gentlemen out of the ring. That guy's an animal in and out of the ring. No regard for anybody but himself. Dad's a knob as well. Yeah, so Bili is trying to bounce on the VWAP right now, but I think Bili's done for the day. Might get a bit of a bounce, but I would probably not. I'd look for a pattern and some kind of continue. I think we're at the back end of that move now with Bili. We might get some gradual moves up. I'm just watching XPEV right now for to see if it can have a 42% day, like Klaatu was saying, because we're very close to 40%. So we're at 39.8. And we have a 42% day. Just looking at this price, 113% that day. So current price. Just kind of working out on my chart what the actual what it's looking at. Yeah, it's pulling back now. They're all starting to pull back now. So I think we're done for the day. I think I'm going to end the stream. Take the like Ronaldo. I think if you're looking at shorting Baba, I'd look for confirmation up here, and I would say 87 is the level, because there's always, it's rule of thumb, look for your VWAP. So VWAP's this blue line here, the volume weighted average price. If you're going to short something, you ideally want it on the underside of the VWAP, because that's showing that it's in a downwards trend, intraday downwards trend. If it's above the VWAP, if you're going to short it, you look for signs of exhaustion. Now, I've just seen some signs of exhaustion up here, which is why I think we're not going to get much more than 88.50. If it goes on to break new highs, I could be wrong, but I think now is the time that it potentially is looking like it could be shortable. I would wait for it to get at least 87.50 or $87. I'd say $87 is the level that you want to be looking at before you start shorting it. Then your first target is going to be the VWAP. You may get a bounce on the VWAP, so you take some profits there. Next target after that is probably going to be around $85 and so on and so forth. So, yeah. I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know. I try not to get involved in that side of things because, you know, he's from a rough area of the neighbourhood of in Ireland anyway. He's not the brightest of bulbs. Never was. So, what can you do? Anyway, that being said, I'm done for the day. That's an unusual ticker. I'll have to have a look at that. Wonk. So I'm going to wonk off with the dog, and I will be back. Should I do a power hour stream tonight? I might do a power hour stream. Just watch out for the what. If I've got nothing better to do, I'll have a look at what football's on. If I'm not interested in football, I'll do a power hour stream. I'm feeling a little bit buoyant for some reason today, and I'll come back for power hour maybe. So just watch for the alerts. Watch for the alerts if I'm notifications if I'm going live for power hour. Otherwise, I'll be back at it 90 minutes before the market opens tomorrow. So that's 8 a.m. market time for the last 90 minutes of pre-market and the first hour of the regular session. Come join me then, and we'll do it all over again. But this time we're starting from scratch, i.e. on a monthly basis. So we're going to be starting from scratch, and I'm not withdrawing. I'll withdraw my gains. I'll withdraw some profits at the end of the week. But tomorrow I will be start first trading day of December. So we've got 75k to make. Okay, December is 75k. A 75k target on December. Okay, see you tomorrow or maybe tonight. And in the meantime, enjoy the rest of your day, guys.